Hi, Kabi the Best of Jay's the Best. Once again, this is teacher Maribel Alatan. We will discuss about multiplying mentally two-digit by 1 to 2-digit numbers with product up to 200-digit numbers and explain the strategies used and solve routine and non-routine problems involving multiplications of whole numbers including money using appropriate problem-solving strategies and tools. You are expected to multiply mentally two-digit by 1 to 2-digit numbers with products up to 200, including money, and solves routine and non-routine problems involving multiplications of whole numbers, including money, using appropriate problem-solving strategies. What is mental math? Mental math doesn't require calculator, pen, and notebook. It is a process of computing numbers using only the mind. In multiplying mentally, it is required that you have mastered the multiplication facts in order for you to easily get the answer in a short span of time. Applying the rules on multiplication could help you a lot in achieving the answer in a more efficient and accurate way. Let's do this. Let's multiply mentally. 24 times 10 equals to 240. We can apply the rule if there is zeros in your multiplier and multiplicand, count it and reflect it to your product and proceed multiplying the non-zero factors. Like here, we have 0 in our multiplier. So we have to count it and reflect it to our product. And start multiplying the non-zero factors, which is 1 times 4 equals 4. 1 times 2 equals 2. Affix the 0. So the product would be 240. Now let's have another one. 34 times 2. The product is 68. By multiplying 2 times 4 equals 8. 2 times 3 equals 6. Next, sample. 44 times 5 equals to 220. Remember, mental computation is very useful in your everyday living. Being able to compute mentally can save your time. It is easy to multiply numbers if one factor has a single digit and regrouping is not involved in the process. If you can easily find the product for as long as you know the basic multiplication rules. Now, let us go to the problem solving. There are two types of problem solving, the routines and non-routine problem. Routine problems involving multiplications of whole number including money follow certain steps or procedures. Non-routine problems can be solved without using a standard step or procedure. They can be solved by drawing a picture, using a number line, acting out, making a table, or other techniques. Okay. This is an example of a routine problem. Let's find out why. Let us read the problem. Rosa received from her mother an amount of 55 pesos as her daily allowance in school. She saved 5 pesos for future expenses. How much allowance does she receive in 22 days? How much does she save in 22 days? There are some steps in solving word problem. First, the first one is understand. It is necessary to understand the problem. Unable to comprehend it will put you into a mess. Understand, we should know what is asked and the facts given. It is a prerequisite. Next is to plan. Know the operations to use and be able to translate problem into number sentence. The third step is to solve. Execute the number sentence using the operation. Lastly, check and look back. Assess if you got the correct answer. Now, let us go back to the problem and let's use the different steps in problem solving. So let me read again to you the problem. Rosa received from her mother an amount of 55 pesos as her daily allowance in school. She saved 5 pesos for future expenses. How much allowance does she receive in 22 days? How much does she save in 22 days? Now, let's take the first step in solving word problem, that is to understand. Let's find out what is asked in the problem. So what do you think is being asked in the problem? Yes, how much allowance does she receive in 22 days? And there's another one. That is, how much does she save in 22 days? So in here, we do have two questions. Now, let's go on. What are the given facts? The given facts are 55 pesos as daily allowance, 5 pesos she saved every day, and 22 days. Now, let's plan. What is the operations to be used? In here, we are going to use the multiplication. Now, what is the number sentence? So let's write the number sentence. So here is the number sentence. Since we do have two questions, we will have two mathematical sentences for that. 55, as you remember, this is the amount she received as her daily allowance, multiplied or times 22 days equals to N. And the second one is 5 pesos times 22 days, that will represent the money she saves in 22 days. Now, we already planned. We do have already the operations, and we do have already the number sentence. Now, let's go to the third plan, that is to solve. Let's use the operations that we have decided to use in solving this. So 55 pesos times 22 days equals to N. So let's multiply 55 by 22. That will give us 1,210. Now, let's execute the second one, the second number sentence. 5 pesos times 22 days is equals to 110. Now, let's go to the last step. That is to check and look back. So let's interpret what is 1,210 means. This is the amount that the total allowance Rosa received for 22 days. Yes, you are right. And the money she saved in 22 days is 110 pesos. Now, let's go to the second problem. This problem is an example of non-routine problem. Let's see why. The world's largest pumpkins weigh 481 kilograms. How much would 15 of these pumpkins weighs? So as I've told earlier, non-routine problems can be solved without using a standard procedure. So even we do not use the steps in solving problem, we can solve this problem by using a drawing, a picture, a number line, or by acting out, making a table, and other techniques. In here, we can use a picture. So since we know that the largest pumpkins weigh 481 kilograms and there is 15 pumpkins, so we can represent like this. So as you can see, we do have 15 pumpkins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we emphasize the number of kilogram of pumpkins. Now, if we are going to multiply this 481 by 15, we will get a total of 7,215 kilograms. So 15 pumpkins weigh 7,215 kilograms. So don't forget to solve routine problems involving multiplications of whole numbers, including money, using appropriate strategies and tools. We have to follow these steps. First, understand, know what is asked in the problem, know what are the given facts. Under letter B, plan. Decide what is the operation to be used. What is the number sentence? Letter C, under solve, we have to execute the number sentence. And letter D, lastly, check and look back. Assess if your answer is correct. Now, in the non-routine problems, it can be solved without using a standard procedure. They can be solved by drawing a picture, using a number line, acting out, making a table, and other techniques. Thank you. And that's all for today. God bless everyone.